He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me, make me happy. Wow. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court.
Those of us who are from Akwa Ibom, Cross River, we sabi say we get the kind spirit where Senator Akwa Ibom get. We talk spirit. That's why I did this evening. Uta tell me, say, crackhead, get up. Not as Uta say, my lord, what thing not happen this evening? He asked me, say, you know, here waiting they go on for yonder. So he said, waiting they go on again. For morning, I've been already report Sophia with Bonner Boy. What go on? Now Uta tell me, say, you never hear say Natasha with Akwa get wahala. I said, what have been done here now? Maybe Natasha have been done sue Akwa for defamation, saying 100 billion naira as compensation for defamation. Compensation for defamation. Say, what happen again? Now what tell me, say, Natasha talk say Akwa, my own Akwa Ibom man, won't do like that with him. Then what I say, so now what you want make I do? Now what tell me, say, you want make I analyze. But before I analyze, if you know being the opportunity to watch as Natasha, Senator Natasha for Arise TV this morning, talk waiting been go on. I beg, make una watch am here.
But that's what I'm about to explain that. Yes. Yes. So many people do not know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to speak my own truth. And the Senate President is allowed to counter that. It all started on the 8th of December, 2023, which was a day before his birthday and my birthday. We are birthday mates. We were all in Akwa Ibom because he had a big fanfare in the stadium. Myself, my husband, and a few of his close friends. We went to Akwa Ibom. And at first, we were at Ikotekpene. We were in his house in Ikotekpene. Then we all moved to his house in Rio. It was about 8 p.m. And he held my hand and said he wanted to show me around his house. My husband was walking behind us. Just 3 of us. We were walking around from room to room. He showed me the beautiful interior. This was done by this, by that. This designer here, he bought this from us. Like, God, it's beautiful. And then I noticed that he hastened his pace while still holding my hand. And my husband was behind, still on his phone, but he was catching up wherever he could. And then he got to this particular sitting room, and he said, do you like my house? I said, of course, sir. Every room, beautiful, nice interior, quality taste. He said, now that you're a senator, I'm going to create time for us to come spend quality moments here. You will enjoy it. At that point, I just pulled away, and I was like, I don't understand what exactly that meant. But then my husband now, when I turned around, I saw my husband was already near me. And the way my husband looked at me and looked at him, I was beginning to wonder, did he hear part of that inciting statements or not? And then the Senate President too, I saw that he also had that thought, like, did my husband hear the invitation to treat or not? So then the Senate President now said, oh, by the way, let me show you my chapel. He has a chapel in his house as well. So while we were going to the chapel, you know, we walked in silence and all. So that evening, before we left the Senate President's house at about 11 midnight to the 4 points in the Ikotekpene. And my husband asked me, Natasha, what did the Senate President whisper to you? What's he telling you? I thought, should I tell him that he was speaking about bringing me in here at a special time for us to have a good time? Or should I just kill it there, wrap it as if there was nothing? Because tomorrow was a big day. I know how much my husband adores the Senate President. He loves him as a brother. My husband would do anything to support him. So I told my husband, nothing. I can't remember what I created, but I just gave him some words to manage, to mask what was said. After, when we laid in bed, I lay to my right and my husband wrapped his arms around me and he said, my love, you know you can't tell me anything. What did the Senate President tell you? Again, I was like, don't you believe me? I said, nothing. Nothing. Moreover, it's my birthday in a few minutes. Let's just be happy. Then my husband told me he doesn't want to see me travel out of the country alone. and I should not go to the Senate President's house because he has a guest house where many senators do go there, after office to get approvals and all that. So I told him, okay, no problems. That was it. I thought that was going to be the end. But then, in February, I wanted to move a motion. I wanted to move a motion for the investigation on the ills of the corrupt practice in Ajakuta Steel Company. I listed that motion 5 times. It was the 6th time that it was listed on the order paper that was approved. Many senators can testify to that. Each time the motion is listed, just before he takes it, he will say, oh, Senator Natasha, we can't take this motion because the board of the Senate does not accommodate it. Or he will speak on others and then let it drag so that just before motion is taken, the time will be well spent and won't. So he kept on doing that. I went to him in his office and I said, Senate President, you know how important this Ajakuta Steel Company to me is. You know how important it is to my people and to Nigerians. I've noticed that you have stepped down this motion. As a matter of fact, the number of senators told me, go and see him and plead with him so that he would take it. I was like, sir, please, why can't you take this motion? It's very important. It's been listed. Then it was listed the 3rd time and stepped down. He then said, Natasha, I'm the chief presiding officer of the Senate. You can enjoy a whole lot if you take care of me, make me whole. Wow. At that point, I said, sir, I'll pretend that I didn't hear this. He said, well, the ball is in your court. I left his office, and when I got home, I told my husband, I didn't tell my husband what happened. I just told my husband, please, can you speak to the Senate President to allow my motion to go through? I think I also spoke to the DSP, to the leader, Senator Payme. I spoke to a number of senators that they should please intervene and allow him to do that. I never told them what happened. My husband had to take a trip to London. Then the Senate President traveled to London. My husband met with the Senate President in London and pleaded with him, let my wife take this motion on Ajakuta. That is very important to her.
Okay. All right, Senator Natasha.
Said, okay, that he did not take it because he was protecting me. Hold on, please. He didn't take it because he was protecting me. Protecting me from what? Anyway, at the time the motion was taken, it was the Deputy Senate President, His Excellency Barao, that actually sat. The Senate President stood up and walked out. So it was Senator Barao that actually took it.
All right, Senator Natasha.
And from there, many other incidents happened.
Yes, Senator
let's
Natasha.
talk about the nightclub. Yes. Let's talk about the nightclub incident.
Professor Kila is going to ask you a question. I'm so sorry to have to interject here, but I just want to mention that, and I'm glad you gave the caveat at the beginning of your statement, that this is your side of the story, and the Senate President has the right to defend himself or to counter what happened between you privately. So what I assume, or from what you're saying, is that what happened last week Thursday began from a private conversation, and then you have felt like you've been maligned as a result of you not agreeing to certain propositions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
what has happened? You know the story of when a student keeps being failed.
Yes.
Please, let me say this, Ayo. You know the situation we see in universities whereby a student is continuously being failed just because she has not slept with the lecturer. That's what I've been facing, in simple terms.
Oh my God. Now, the question is, do you believe Natasha or not? Uta, I know you told me to analyze this. But do I believe Senator Natasha is telling us the explicit truth? Nothing but the truth? So help her God? Anyways, in all my analysis, I'm not here to take sides. I'm only here to ask questions. But you get waiting, I won't let you now understand because I want to tell you something from personal experience. You get time where they get relationship with my female colleagues. Once you don't work for a certain workplace, and you get any kind of relationship with your female colleague, now there you go start to get wahala for that place of work. It don't happen to me before. Maybe once, maybe 2 times, maximum 3 times. And now from there, I learn. Now I understand why Akwa and Senator Natasha If I no go call you senator again because Akwa, you don't F up. You don't F up. Okay, allegedly. Allegedly. You don't F up allegedly. Now I understand why Senator Akwa and Senator Natasha, too, they get fracas for inside when they get meeting. Is nothing but because of this. I don't tell you, I say, once as a male, you get any kind of relationship with your female colleague, na so na go get well, especially if one person no agree to something, una no go fit dey see una selves eye to eye for that office. No wonder Senator Natasha and Senator Akwa they fight every time. Akwa, I believe waiting this woman talk. That doesn't mean I take sides because he get one question why I want to ask Senator Natasha now. See, those of us were from Akwa Ibom, Cross River. We sabi say we get the kind spirit where Senator Akwa Ibom get. We talk spirit. We sabi say we too like we talk. Make no Akwa Ibom man defend Senator Akwa Ibom. If waiting Senator Natasha talks, he don't do. If he be approach Senator Natasha that way, he approach. In past time, the thing just feel like waiting Akwa Ibom person for do. We say we get that spirit of we talk. Is agreed. It's agreed. So, Senator Akwa Ibom, why? Why? Because apart from Senator Natasha, you get one other woman we been talking, we been try the same thing with them. When una always, those of us men, we always they like the doubt, the bash women where they come out can't talk these kind of stories. As in, I always think, how woman go just sit down and decide, say, okay, today make I just look for one man, frame up story about her. If that man no be, maybe let's say, I don't know, if it is very rare now, it is very rare. From the time of Bill Cosby to PDD to all of them, all those, whether not Michael Jackson, last, when everybody, just because these people be celebrities, just saying, I lie, those women, they just won't get money. Finally, last night, become proof say, waiting those women be talking are true. You understand? No be Senator Akwa will be the only senator for that, House of Rep or Senate House. Other males there. So why must it be Senator Akwa? It means this woman, there is an epitome of truth in what Senator Natasha is saying. Now, the question why I want to ask Senator Natasha is this. Why did you wait until this time? Until when una can't get this wahala with Senator Akwa? Because if me, I be your husband, I will get problem with you. That first time when una go Akwa house, where Akwa tell you something, say we fit the come vacation for a house where your husband suspect, even ask you, you can tell me the truth. You can be honest with me, but tell him. So now when your husband call you, say, wait him in the suspect that time. Where he mean tell you, say, I beg, tell me where tell him, can't talk him now. Or maybe you even can't tell him before now. But why didn't you say it all along? Why didn't you expose these things? Me, I no be fan of when we say you get wahala with person. Or something happened to you, no talk on that time when it dey hot. Now when una come get wahala, we come blow up, you can't expose her. Yes, it could be true. It been really happen. But why you no be talk? Because waiting you talk say Akwa we do is not good. Now sexual harassment, which is not allowed anywhere in any civil society. They allowed. Now such way for be raised up. Hey, at least tell your husband. Even have to tell your husband, say, I beg, no do anything. First of all, say now your friend. And secondly, you understand? No do, but you tell your husband, say nothing happened. Till now, when I can't get wild. Okay, now let's say now, Senator Akwa be approve your bills. Be do everything where you want. And small by small is still there. Because some men can be patient. Just say Akwa they smart. You just won't get and now chop through way. Now the kind of person I feel saying be. Some men get long-term goals and plans. So what if Senator Akwa was that kind of a man? As you don't tell you that in that first time, agree. You come meet them for project. Yes, and as in, you understand? Say women when I get soft heart. Even man where won't agree before. If the man they nice with you one time, now one day, you go fall. You don't understand. You don't even know how you take fall. And I would think the soft in the heart and the niceness of the man. So what if now, Akpabio now, nobody can't take this route. They play the game. Yeah, because to me, I like game. They play the game small by small. So you know for tell your husband. And now as everything don't come blown, they can't get serious while and you come bring up. So now there me I get wahala with you, Senator Natasha. You know, try for that one. Eh? So to every other woman or women or females, any kind of sexual harassment you wanna get from man, report it instantly. It will be more believable. At least the chances of being believable, or if you even save, even if nobody believes you, but if you save when I don't understand, say every case of this thing when they report, it is save another victim, potential victim, because that woman when we first talk about Senator Akpabio, maybe now if government be doing anything about them, or there was awareness, because now from you now everybody come dig out the whole the past, consider this may not happen to another woman before. So if when they talk about it once it happen, maybe now so now go they help, they stop her, so it no go happen to another person. But now go just they keep quiet until wahala come day. Something will be happen 10 years ago, now go come bring and come now. When we say when it be happening, no be talk. No talk say it bad say as we talk, but when it happen, talk, because it did so now. Question mark there. So what if now Senator Akpabio been there, playing with you, agree, instead they get patient, get hope. Say one day, for the long term. So finally, your husband no for no. So Senator Natasha, try. But anyways, Senator Akpabio, you too not try. You not try. I be a quiet man. Sabi say, you not try.